Have you been passed over on that promotion yet again? And maybe even worse, your attempts to find a new job just haven't been very productive because all the roles that you're seeing out there are for the same level that you are today. So it doesn't make sense to move, and so you're kind of stuck. I know it hurts. I know. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how to get unstuck, happy, and thriving again. My name is Iphie, and you're welcome to my channel. If you're new here, if you're not, I'm so excited to see you again. My purpose and my mission with this channel is to help Christian career women desiring to birth more income, freedom, and fulfillment in their life do exactly that, while prospering in their careers, while prospering in their homes, and while prospering in their nations. If this sounds like something that will be interesting for you, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you would also be notified every time I post new videos. So, to our tips. Guess what? I used these tips the second time that I actually got passed over on a promotion, and a year later I got promoted. So yes, I have been passed over on promotions, not once, twice. And so these tips actually do work. So if you're ready, let's go in. The truth is that right now at the stage where you are, you have 3 options. You can either stay, you can either leave, or the third option, which I like to call, you can actually follow the signs. Based on these 3 things, I would share with you 5 tips that would help you, like I said, get unstuck, happy, and thriving again. Tip number 1, you need to protect your mind. You need to protect your personal confidence. Once you lose that, trust me, you're going to be stuck in this level for a very, very long time. So protect your mind, protect your confidence. How do you do this? You need to remind yourself of all your past successes. I don't care when it was, whether you were in university, whether you were 6 years old, you need to remind yourself that you are the same person that did that, and you're the same person, and so you can do it again and again and again. This is just something that's happening that you need to fix. Remember how the Bible talks about how we should remember God's faithfulness and God's benefits, and as you remember, you actually do become much bolder, and you're filled with so much faith. That's exactly what's going to happen now when you remind yourself of who you are. You're more than enough. Trust me. I know you feel like shit right now, but you're more than enough. You can do this. So remember your past successes, and then build your confidence, protect yourself. You also need to remember that most times, especially if you've passed over on the promotion before, people are going to be watching you. You need to be able to control your emotions, congratulate all those that got promoted, and genuinely from your heart, because when you're happy for your neighbor, it will come to you. It means that God is in the neighborhood. He hasn't forgotten you. So genuinely congratulate everyone that got promoted. Be happy for them. All right. And please do not take any rash decisions right now. No emotional decisions. No, oh, you know what? I can't take this. No emotional decisions. No rash decisions right now. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, and now we get into the real deal. You need to have a session with your manager or your manager's manager if the feedback you're getting from your manager is not stuff that you can work with. And what's the objective of this session is not to go and rant and rake. No, far from it. So if you need to calm down, please calm down. If you need to pen down your points or the things you want to understand, write it down and work with the script if you can't trust yourself. But the objective of this session is to understand why you did not get promoted. Please do not be defensive. Do not respond to anything. What you're seeking to know now is why you did not get promoted. What's that thing that is lacking or that is perceived to be lacking? And how can you get it? How can you prove it? How can you show it? Now, have the session with your manager. Take as much notes as possible. Remember, I said this is not a session to be defensive, to explain anything. Just take the feedback. Feedback is a gift to those that take it with their whole heart and work on it. Your manager is one person you should talk to, or your manager's manager. However, that's not like everyone you should talk to. That's not like the end. I would also recommend that you talk to 3 more stakeholders. Promotion decisions are made in rooms, and there are people in there. I've been in this room a couple of times and I see the way it works. It's always also great to be able to talk to 2 or 3 people that were in that room at the point where these decisions were made, to, like I said, understand why didn't you get promoted and what's their feedback. What is it that you could do better? What is it that you could improve on for you to, get promoted in the next round? All right. So that's tip number 2. Seek to understand why from your manager and from at least 3 other stakeholders. Tip number 3. Work on it. Work on the feedback. Oh my God. There is nothing as annoying as seeking for feedback and you do not work on it. You actually put yourself in a worse situation, honestly, because you would have wasted the people's time and that will be counting against you. So when you get the feedback, please do work on it. The feedback may be ugly. I should warn you, the feedback may be ugly. It may not be ugly. It may be just something simple like, oh, work on this. Or maybe we wanted to promote this number of people. It wasn't a good fit for you. Or sometimes it could just be things like, oh, you don't demonstrate X, Y, Z, which you actually thought you were a superstar in. So it could be ugly in that regard. I remember the first time I got this feedback, when I asked for this feedback, I didn't like it. I actually closed and I went home to cry. I didn't like it. But it was the truth. And so I needed to work on it. And if you do need to work on it with a coach, with a mentor, somebody, find somebody, but work on it. When you work on it, it's actually a plus. I've seen so many people that got promoted. And one of the key statements that were made when they were reading their, the statement around the person was the fact that they gave them feedback and then they worked on it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It shows a heart and a person that is adaptable, that is willing to change and is open to learning, which is absolutely amazing. Every organization wants that. Okay, so that's tip number 3. If this is resonating with you, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Don't forget. Okay, tip number 4. That you are trying to make it work doesn't mean that you're a tree, So that's why I say follow the signs. One of these signs will take you to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where almost pretty much everything happens when it comes to careers and all that. Make sure you optimize your LinkedIn profile for the next level job that you desire. You're trying to get promoted, right? What's the next level job that you desire? What is the name that your industry calls it? Not what your organization calls it. What is the name that your industry calls it? Make sure you optimize your LinkedIn profile to be able to pop up when recruiters are searching for people to be able to fill those roles. Remember, we don't want you getting roles or getting called for roles that are the same level where you are today. Not nice. Very annoying. So what you need to do is actually optimize your LinkedIn profile for the next level that you desire. There's a site I found, I think it's JobScan. I can't remember if it's jobscan.com or jobscan.co. I will put the exact link in the description. It also helps you with optimizing your LinkedIn profile, optimizing your resume, and they do have some free packages as well. I liked it. It worked for me. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 5. Sometimes it could be that you've been passed over on this promotion because God has another plan for you, or God has another thing that He needs you to focus on, and you're not giving it attention. So this may be a way that He's trying to get your attention. Yeah, I know. So you need to pray. You need to pray and ask for clarity. The question to ask while you're praying is, Lord, what would you have me do now? What would you have me do now? What would you have me do now? When it became apparent to me that all my focus at a point in my life was to get promoted in my career, I did it for like 2-3 years and I didn't get promoted. And I was so frustrated. And when I asked these questions, it became clear that He wanted me to bet a particular business, which I felt was impossible. And I felt it didn't make sense. Long story short, it took me about a year to get my act together. And when I did finally get my act together, guess what happened? We launched the business. In the first 10 months, it did 6 figures in income in dollars. And guess what? I got promoted. I got promoted at work in that same year, in the year that I worked the least. Honestly, I didn't even break my back. I got promoted in that year. So sometimes this may be a phase and God is just trying to get your attention. Seek to understand, pray for clarity. Please, please pray for clarity. What would you have me do now? And You don't have to waste a year like I did. All the things, or the steps that he took me through, I have put it into a free guide, and you will see the link in the description below. You can have it and then walk through it, and I really hope it blesses you as it has blessed many women before you. Okay, so that's essentially it for today. 5 tips. In my next video, I will be sharing more for those that are stuck in a job that they just can't leave, but they hate. You absolutely hate it, but you can't leave. Maybe because of money, maybe because of other things, maybe what you signed, I don't know. But in the next video, I'm going to be dealing with this so that you come out of it in a way that you're happy all round and you don't diminish in any way. The path of a righteous man is like a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter, and so is it with our wisdom, with our blessings, with our abundance, with our wealth. So in the next video, we'll do that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and see you in the next video.